What is going on? Well, should I say good morning to you. Hope you're having the best day ever today. Whew. Let me show you what Brooke and myself did yesterday. I'm gonna get some doors open though. If you watched the live stream, you heard that we were gonna clean out the barn. And we did. We got started on the barn, and I swept it real good because Brooke has allergies, and it could cause her a headache. And she takes allergy medicine and all that. But sometimes, you know, dust is dust, and too much dust, you know, the allergy medicines just can't hang. So I swept it all up, and then we started pressure washing it, and then we started moving stuff around, and I quickly realized that this was a one-man job. I was just kind of in Brooke's way. She was organizing stuff. I kept asking her, do I need to do something different? She's like, no, I got this. You go do. There really wasn't nothing to do. So I came over to the shop. So while Brooke cleaned the barn, I cleaned the shop. Now, this shop had gotten pretty unorganized, and that's just how I am. I'm not a very, very super organized person. I'm not. I'm a clutter, clutter. Yeah, lots of clutter. Anyways, I did get it. Esso, the bed of Esso had become my, you know, my new toolbox, storage facility, track, whatever I could fit in Esso was getting put in there. So I got all that cleaned out, got all my tools organized. I didn't get a chance to sweep because my broom broke. Yep, handle broke off it, so I gotta get another handle. But the shop, I got the shop pretty good. Everything has just had kind of gotten all out of whack over there, and the barn's clean, and yeah. But that ain't all we did yesterday. No, not at all. We also picked up this sign from Tony and Catherine over there at G&G Farm. They found this beautiful Esso sign, which is big. I don't know if you saw how big it was just a second ago, but you can see my saws. This is as big as those two saws, pretty much. And I love it. They found it at a yard sale, sent me a picture. I said, get it for me. I'll pay you guys back. And they did. And I love this sign. And at first I was going to hang it in here, but the more I looked at it, the more I thought, man, that sign's going to look great. That sign's going to look great up there. I think it needs to go right there. Right there. I think it's going to look good up there. But the sun right there comes right through here, all the way around and over here. So this gets beat by the sun. So I'm trying to figure out, y'all, I want to put some type of clear on this because I don't want it to degrade. I want it to stay like it looks now. I don't want it to fade super bad. So all that being said, do you guys send me an email? What would be a good, should I put, oh gosh, I don't know. Poly on it. Will that help? I need something that's UV treated is what I need. I need to do some research, but I want to put something over this sign that's UV treated and that it's not going to cause it to deteriorate any more than what it is. I just want it to stay like that the best it can. Shoot me an email. It's on our website, or use the app. You can email us from the app. But yeah, do that. I would love to know, and I'm going to do some research myself, but some of y'all may know right off the top of my head that deals with paints and that kind of thing and knows exactly what I should use for that. I do appreciate Tony and Catherine for spotting that and getting it for me, because, man, that thing's pretty awesome. I got this bike over here. If you remember, we saved these from the junkyard. I got this bike halfway completed. The wheel finally came in right here. Got it all put together, but the free spin, what I call it, I'm not a bike expert, but the sprocket, the freewheel sprocket that goes on the back wheel hasn't made it in yet, but that should be in here soon. And I got new brake pads and all that, and got this thing cleaned up, lubricated. I mean, it's gonna be an awesome little bike for Brooke or Mary Carl. But I want to tell y'all something. I have absolutely 1000% thoroughly enjoyed myself coming in here in the evenings, putting a fan on myself, and working on these bicycles. I mean, it has been so much fun. So much so that I find myself looking on Marketplace for an old bike that needs to be fixed up that you can get really cheap. And I don't need it, but that's how much I enjoyed working on them. Loved it. But I take that back. I think I'm gonna see if I can hunt down another old one that needs to be saved. And that way all three of us can have a bike if we need it. I haven't filmed any of it. And you know, doing this for 10 years, what we do for 10 plus years now, we film almost everything pretty much, except anything that's dealing with Mary Carl. And honestly, I find myself, you know, I don't know, you know, we show so much that this has kind of been like my little getaway, I reckon. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, let's get this day started. I got to tell you about a big thing that Brooke and myself did yesterday that I think you guys are going to thoroughly enjoy, and I'm going to show you how that's going today because we were quite surprised, to be honest with you.
Well, big man, guess what? There's not going to be any height measuring today. None of that funny business. Just carrots. Oh my goodness. He's going to try to get it through the... Hey, I'm going to give it to you. I had to break them up a little bit. Come here. Big man. Big man Moody gets him a... Here, look. Come up here. All the way. He thinks it's still at the bottom. All right, we're going to go through the fence. There you go. Morning Moody treat. Y'all remember the other cows don't like carrots. So I just brought the few that I had left over in the refrigerator that were intended for Moody while I get the water trough cleaned out. Looks like Tater had to have a drink before it got completely full. That's not Tater, that's Little Man. Little Man? Oh, I'm sorry, Moody. He dropped that one and thought he was going to catch it with his tongue. You almost got it. Loves his carrots. Tater, we've tried, baby. If you want to try again, I'll be glad to, but you're not going to eat it. Look here. Are you? Are you going to spit it out? Oh, yep. Sorry, Moody. Tater, your face was priceless. She dropped the carrot down in the dirt. All right, one last piece, Moody. One last piece, big man. There you go. And I'll get y'all some other kind of treats. How about that? Well, just like that, one of them has pushed the water hose that I had wedged in the fence so it would land in the trough. They pushed it outside. Didn't they, Moody? All right, there you go. Clean cow water. Here's a good angle to see that Little Man is a little bit taller than his mama. Little Man is right here, Tater's right there, and standing side by side, he's a little bit taller than his mama already. Matilda, she's back in the background. They have all finished their breakfast. Well, I went to get the treats and came back, and it appears that Moody is satisfied with his carrots because I can see him over the top of the hill down there headed to the shade, while the rest of the crew is still here waiting on cattle treats. Oh my goodness. Look how motherly Miss Tater is. Giving Matilda a bath this morning. Matilda's not minding whatsoever. She's putting her head down and enjoying it. Look, girls, I got some treats for y'all. Come here, Tater. Tater said, if you rattle a food bucket, I'm gonna come. Come on. These are not carrots. Continue on with the grooming session and then push her away. That wasn't nice. Maybe she just needed a new position to love on her. That's what it looks like. So I put the treats in a bucket and rattled it, and that seemed to get her attention. Come on, girl, I got something other than a carrot. Somebody ate the carrot that ended up on the ground. I told you I'd bring you a treat. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Come on, Mildred. Do another one. Come on, Mildred. Tater can't eat all these. Come on, baby. Come on. Mildred said, let Tater have them. She's trying to watch her figure. You don't want it? Let's see what Matilda thinks. Matilda says she's going to knock the bucket over with all the treats in it. Y'all see who the dominant cow is. That is Tater. I'm coming down, baby. What you think? That better than carrots? I don't even think you chewed it. Tater said, all for me. I know little man back there in the back is not going to come. I wish he would. We've worked with him. We've tried. But Dr. D said some cows are just like that. Let's see, Mildred. Put a few in the trough and see if you can't get one that way. That one rolled right out. There you go, girl. I think Mildred just doesn't care for him.
All right, Holly. Let's go check on things over here in the barn where it got quite interesting, and I need to see how things are going over here and see what's happening with Brooke, right? All right, Holly, let's go on in the barn here. Gonna get these doors open right here. All right, let me show you what we did yesterday and why we did it. Right here. If you look out here, you notice something. And Pocket didn't have no baby. That is looks like Pocket and Mini Pocket.
Negative.
Oh my goodness.
It looks like Star had a baby.
It does like Star had a baby, doesn't it?
Star didn't have a baby either.
She did not have a baby. As you guys can see, that is Star and Pocket. And we put them together yesterday. And, well, this is how that went. I think Pocket's just big and bad through a fence. Yeah. That's what I think.
So far, so good.
They fine. Ain't nothing gonna happen. No. It had been done happened. I don't see it. What was that? Huh? What was that little side kick? I don't think that kick would have got above her hoof. Well, y'all, Star has been, and vice versa, Pocket too, they have been really communicating and, gosh, what else you want to call it?
Interacting with each other.
A good little bit, because y'all know Star's been on this side and Pocket's over here, and it's just been going back and forth between the two pastures in between the gap right here, and just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then you had the bright idea of, well, if Dr. D says it's okay, you know, it's been over 2 weeks, Dr. D says it's okay, what if we were to just put Star and Pocket together and just see what happens? Just see what happens, how it goes. And so we got the green light and we decided to do that. And you guys saw how that went. And all day yesterday, Star has been following Pocket around like a little puppy dog. I mean, as you can see now, she absolutely adores Pocket. Now, from her previous home, she was in a pasture with 3 other horses or 4?
It was well, 3.
3. She was in a
She made
pasture.
number 4.
She made number 4. So she was in a pasture of 3 other horses. She is an older horse. We know that. Anywhere from 15 to 20 is the time range there. And we're going to get that kind of nailed down. But at her old farm, she was picked on extremely bad. She did not stand up for herself whatsoever. That's why she came in with those markings all on her. Also, probably another factor as to why she was a little underweight too.
Probably, because they said that she was not able to eat the pasture that they had because the horses would run her off, and they had to tie the other horses up at feeding time in order for her to eat. And we don't know how long that had went on without them tying them up.
Right. Well, me personally, I didn't even talk to Brooke about this, but I'm been a little worried of putting her out there with the other 3 horses. Now, does that mean we're not going to put her out there with the other 3 horses? We don't know. Have no idea. But she will be the bottom of the totem pole.
Yes.
And, you know, we thought Riska was super laid back. We didn't think Riska was going to put up any static with Maggie, and you guys have seen how that has worked out. So Maggie is a big, healthy horse, and she can stand up for herself, and she's the bottom of the totem pole over there. Now, does that mean that Maggie and Riska were going to double team her? I don't know. I don't know how that would go. And again, it would take probably about a week or 2 for them to work the differences out. So that's kind of been on my mind. And I was all for putting her over here just to see how it goes. And y'all can see how it's going right now. Now, some may be worried about Peaches. Well, Peaches don't care. She could care less that Star's out here. She doesn't pay Star any attention whatsoever. Peaches comes out, and especially since it's so hot, y'all, Peaches really doesn't get past this shadow area right here.
This shadow is her limit.
She does. It's just way too hot. And y'all know she doesn't like water. She doesn't like a waller. So she's staying right out here, or she's staying inside under the fan. Star, on the other hand, is still apprehensive about Peaches. She doesn't know what Peaches is. She's a little worried about Peaches. And so she's really standoffish to Peaches.
Well, she just stays away from her. She's not, you know, she's not
She's
going.
not aggressive.
No, well, she's not going anywhere near her because
Right.
she's unsure as to, you know, what she is. And it's obvious that she's never been around a pig before.
So Pocket is the leader over here. Star's the follower. And right now it is, I mean, y'all, it's just crazy.
That horse, Star, has opened up a side of her that we haven't seen.
She's way more energetic.
Yes, I mean, she's covering more ground. She even picked up to a little trot yesterday afternoon when she was in here, just holding her head up high, just acting like a different horse.
Yeah, she loves Pocket. And, I mean, today's a lot better than it was yesterday.
And Pocket is taking steps towards Star. She's not taking steps away from her.
Yeah, Pocket's, and you know, Pocket's, what, 20?
She's older than 20 now.
She's 21 years old, and she's been alone as a horse her entire life. You know, we did add Willie and Resk over here for, you know, for a few weeks, but Pocket did not care for Willie and Reska at all. Did
No.
not care.
She didn't act like this.
No. And then Willie and Reska had bonded, so they'd walk off, and Pocket would stay over here by herself, and Willie and Reska would go into this pasture. So there was no no bonding between them whatsoever. Matter of fact, Pocket didn't even care when we put them back in the other pasture.
No, she didn't.
She didn't care one bit. But as you guys can see, she seems to like Star.
She does, because what she would do in Willie and Reska's instance is she would walk away. She'd go to another part of the pasture and not even be near them.
So when you fed this morning, everything was hunky-dory.
Everything was fine. Well, Miss Peaches is enjoying her breakfast this morning. I think y'all probably heard Pocket saying, "Pocket, you ready for your breakfast this morning?" I know you are, sweet girl. Let's get you fixed up. Come on. Let's get you fixed up. We're going to have to redo your hair this morning. Your bun's looking fantastic, but it looks like it could use a little improvement. And right on the outside of Pocket and Peach's stall, we have Miss Star. Good morning, Star. Got your breakfast up this morning. We're going to shut this gate so Pocket can finish hers and there won't be any kind of trouble between the two of you. Y'all enjoy. Peaches cleaned her bowl today and she's going back to bed. So let's see if Star has finished. I know you have, Pocket, because I've been seeing you standing outside. Yeah, we gotta get you redone today. Well, I'm thinking when the bucket turns upside down, that means you're complete. Let me check it out before I let Pocket out, because Pocket has a sensitive stomach, and we certainly don't want any. Yes, you did very good too. Cleaned your plate this morning. All right, let's let Pocket back out. It was just like another day. You know, I shut this gate right here.
Yeah.
And when I got finished feeding everybody else, Pocket came and stood right here where she could see Star eating. And but she wasn't trying to get her food. Star continued to eat, and Pocket could see her. And then, you know, the bucket was tumped upside down. So I picked Star's bucket up thinking that she had spilled some of it.
Yeah.
But she had not, and it was empty. I guess that's why she knocked it over.
Right.
And I opened the gate, and
Everything was fine.
everything was fine.
So that was our little experiment yesterday. And I must say, it's gone completely better than I expected, I must tell you. I honestly thought Pocket would be cutting up today as well, like she was doing. I say cutting up. She would let Star around her for a few minutes, and every now and then she'd do that
That high pitched.
Today has not happened at all. I mean, not one time.
I left the halter over here because I did not expect Pocket to tolerate her.
Oh, really? You thought you was going to have to put the halter on?
Star back out.
Yeah.
You know, I knew I was going to have to put her back out, so I left the halter hanging there. It was going to be a quick, you know, experiment, and she was going to run Pocket. Pocket was going to run Star off, and that was going to be it.
But it didn't happen that way.
Didn't happen that way.
That's crazy. I will say this, I'm pretty certain, I don't know how long it's going to take, and if we keep this set up like this and keep Star over here with Pocket, I'm pretty certain that Star will get used to Peaches.
Yeah, I
she
think
will.
so,
She'll
too.
get used. She got used to Loretta in about a week, 5 days to a week. She kind of got used to Loretta.
Yeah.
And the other animals, so she'll get pretty used to Peaches too.
I don't want Star going in the inside though.
No, because it's kind of too crowded in there with Pocket and Peaches on the inside stall. So we're gonna make a little something over there to prevent that from happening, where Pocket and Peaches can go in and out, but Star can't go in there
especially until things get,
yes,
you know, everybody gets used to each other.
we don't want Star to accidentally step on Peaches inside there. That's our main thing. More so than anything. And then if Pocket were to do that little weenie and stomp and start, you know, get scared or something. It's just too small of a space for that to happen with all 3 of them in there. So
Right. And there's no reason why she can't stay out here.
no,
And
plenty of shade.
Pocket go inside and Peaches go inside.
Correct.
And
She doesn't even pay attention now that she's over here at Pocket. And I noticed this morning. She's not even paying attention to Willie and Maggie and Reska in the pasture over there. You know, like she was. You know, it's all Pocket. It's all Pocket.
well, she starts totally relaxed right now.
Heck yeah.
And Pocket, of course, is getting her belly full.
That's crazy. Fill a feeder up here. Then we're gonna get eggs, and I'm curious to see, as hot as it's been, how many eggs are we actually gonna get today? Leave it in the comments below. I would like to know your guess. How many eggs will we get on this hot day? I just looked, the dew point is 78. 78. Just Google that if you don't know what that means. Your dew point, 78 is crazy. Usually it's around 75, 76 here. You wouldn't think 2 more points would make that big of a deal. It does, it makes that big of a deal. This is equal to the Amazon jungle when it comes to humidity. We're usually subtropical climate. That is tropical climate. But yeah, how many eggs? How many eggs? Gonna fill the feeders up and we're gonna go find out. What's going on, Ryan? Mr. Cheese. What's up, buddy? Gotta get y'all some feed. I know y'all are hanging out in the shade, and I can't blame you at all. Hey, Tommy. Hey, everybody. All right, let's get y'all some feed here. Let's get y'all some feed. I know you are wanting your treats, so let's go and do that. Oh, Cheese getting him a snack this morning. Of course, Big Tommy over here. Mr. Ryan right here. And of course, the lovely, lovely ladies right here. All right, I'm gonna go check your eggs and see what we got. As hot as it is, I'm gonna say 9. No need of fussing. No need of fussing. I'm gonna get a little basket. That's what I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna get this basket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look out, girl. I gotta get right here. Look out, I gotta get right here. 6, 7, 9. So there goes my guess. 11, 12, 14, 16, 18. 18 eggs. I must say, I'm pleasantly surprised. That's double than what I thought. So I appreciate your 18 eggs, ladies. I absolutely do. In this heat, I'm gonna tell Peaches that y'all might need a raise, okay? I don't know how good that's gonna do. I've been asking for one for, 5+ years now, but I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell her. Definitely gonna tell her. All right. Set those right there and get those cartoned up out on the farm stand. I've got to show y'all these profusion zinnias we got from Hoss. They're the bushing zinnia. Look at this. You remember that one little plant? Look at that. And y'all know how hot it is. I don't have to explain that. I have not watered this. You can see them 4 o'clocks is drooping pretty hard right yonder. But I have not watered this at all. The zinnias are rocking. My dianthus is not, but my zinnias are. Look at that. Look at those profusion zinnias right here. Let me show you. I just scared a butterfly off on this one. Got some crabgrass trying to grow in there, but look at there. Isn't it beautiful? They are absolutely beautiful. I can see why they said they make a great border plant right there. Here's another one. This one's the orange color. Look at there. I know I haven't shown those in a while, and I just wanted to show you guys those profusions. And I got one more I want to show you. Hang on. Now, this one is really thriving. Look at it. Right here. I think it gets maybe more afternoon sun or something, but look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Those profusion zinnias. Y'all remember those, because I'm definitely going to get those for this area again. I love them. They're beautiful. But in the meantime, appreciate you hanging out with me, Brooke, all the animals, Pocket, Star. Hope you have the best day ever. We'll catch you on the next one. Love y'all. Y'all be good.